Easter is a time of joy and hope, a season that brings with it a sense of wonder and anticipation. As the world awakens from the long, cold slumber of winter, communities everywhere gather to celebrate a story that has inspired countless generations. It's a Christian holiday that celebrates the resurrection of Jesus Christ, a moment that stands at the very center of the Christian faith. For believers, this event is not just a story from the past, but a living promise of hope and renewal. This amazing event is at the heart of the Christian faith. The resurrection is seen as a victory over death, a sign that love and life can overcome even the darkest moments. In churches large and small, people gather to remember and rejoice, their voices rising in hymns of gratitude and praise. Easter reminds people that life is stronger than death, and that every ending can be the beginning of something new. The world outside mirrors this message, as flowers push through the earth and sunlight returns to once shadowed places. It is a powerful reminder that good triumphs over evil, and that hope can flourish even in the most difficult times. The cross, once a symbol of suffering, becomes a sign of victory and transformation. For many, Easter is more than just a religious event. It is a time when families and friends come together, sharing laughter, stories, and traditions that have been passed down through the ages. It's also a time to enjoy the arrival of spring, to feel the gentle warmth of the sun, and to witness the world bursting into color after months of gray. After a long winter, the world comes alive again. Flowers bloom, trees turn green, and the air is filled with the songs of birds returning home. The earth itself seems to celebrate, reminding us that every season of hardship is followed by a season of renewal. The days grow longer, and with each sunrise there is a sense of possibility and new beginnings. People step outside, breathe in the fresh air, and feel a renewed sense of energy and purpose. This sense of renewal is reflected in many Easter traditions. Across cultures and countries, people find unique ways to mark the season, blending ancient customs with modern celebrations. People decorate their homes with colorful eggs and flowers, symbols of new life and beauty. These decorations brighten rooms and bring a festive spirit to every gathering. They enjoy special foods like Easter bread and ham, recipes that have been cherished for generations. These meals are more than just nourishment. They are a way to connect with the past and create memories for the future. Children hunt for eggs hidden by the Easter bunny, their laughter echoing through gardens and parks. The egg hunt is a playful tradition that brings families together and fills the day with excitement and joy. Easter is a time for family and friends to come together. They share meals, exchange gifts, and create moments of happiness that will be remembered for years to come. Together they celebrate the joy of the season, toasting to new beginnings and the promise of brighter days ahead. It's a time to reflect on the meaning of faith, hope, and new beginnings, a celebration of rebirth that touches hearts and inspires people to look forward with courage and optimism. The name Easter has ancient roots. It comes from the word Eostra. Eostra was a goddess celebrated by people in Northern Europe long ago. She was a goddess of spring, fertility, and new life. When Christianity spread, the celebration of Easter merged with existing spring festivals. The name Eostri eventually became associated with the Christian holiday. So, the name Easter reminds us of the holiday's connection to ancient traditions and the celebration of spring. The word Easter is similar in many languages. This shows how widespread the celebration has become. No matter what language you speak, Easter is a time to celebrate the beauty and promise of new life. The earliest Christians faced persecution, but they still found ways to celebrate the resurrection of Jesus. They met secretly in homes and catacombs. They shared simple meals and prayed together. By the 2nd century, Christianity became more accepted. Christians began to develop special rituals and traditions for Easter. They held all-night vigils, waiting for the dawn of Easter Sunday. They baptized new converts, symbolizing their new life in Christ. These early celebrations were simple but deeply meaningful. They focused on the core message of Easter hope, redemption, and the victory of life over death. One of the biggest challenges for early Christians was deciding when to celebrate Easter. Some wanted to link it to the Jewish Passover. Others preferred a different date. This debate raged for centuries. Finally, in 325 AD, the Council of Nicaea established a rule. Easter would be celebrated on the first Sunday after the first full moon following the spring equinox. This decision helped to unify the Christian world. It also linked Easter to the natural cycle of death and rebirth. The spring equinox, when day and night are equal, is a powerful symbol of balance and renewal. As Easter celebrations evolved, new traditions emerged. One of the most important was the Easter Vigil. This special service takes place on the night before Easter Sunday. It's a time of prayer, reflection, and anticipation. The Easter Vigil begins in darkness. A fire is lit, symbolizing the light of Christ overcoming the darkness of death. Candles are lit from the fire, gradually illuminating the church. During the vigil, readings from the Bible tell the story of God's love for humanity. New members are welcomed into the church through baptism. The service culminates with the joyful announcement, "Christ is risen." The Easter egg is one of the most recognizable and cherished symbols of the holiday, instantly evoking thoughts of springtime, celebration, and renewal. But have you ever wondered why eggs, of all things, became so closely linked to Easter? The answer lies in a fascinating blend of ancient customs, religious symbolism, and evolving traditions that have spanned centuries and cultures. Eggs have long been associated with new life, fertility, and rebirth. In many ancient civilizations, eggs were seen as powerful symbols of the Earth's renewal after the long, cold winter. They represented the promise of new beginnings, the return of the sun, and the awakening of nature. Even before Christianity, people exchanged eggs as tokens of good luck and prosperity during spring festivals. For Christians, the egg took on even deeper meaning. Its hard shell came to symbolize the sealed tomb of Jesus Christ, while the act of cracking it open represented his miraculous resurrection and the triumph of life over death. This powerful imagery made the egg a natural fit for Easter, the most important celebration in the Christian calendar. In the early centuries of Christianity, believers were forbidden from eating eggs during the 40 days of Lent, a period of fasting and reflection leading up to Easter. As a result, eggs laid during this time were often boiled or preserved, waiting to be enjoyed once the fast was broken. When Easter Sunday finally arrived, these eggs became a special treat. People began to decorate them in vibrant colors and intricate designs, turning simple eggs into beautiful gifts to share with family and friends. The act of giving and receiving eggs became a joyful way to celebrate the end of Lent and the arrival of Easter. The tradition of decorating Easter eggs is believed to have originated in Eastern Europe, where communities developed unique and elaborate techniques for coloring and embellishing eggs. In countries like Ukraine, Poland, and Russia, egg decorating became a cherished folk art, with each region developing its own distinctive patterns and methods. Over time, Easter egg decorating became increasingly elaborate, with families passing down their favorite designs and techniques from generation to generation. Some eggs were so beautifully adorned that they were treasured as keepsakes rather than eaten. People used colorful dyes made from natural ingredients, intricate wax-resist methods, and even precious metals and jewels to create eggs that were true works of art. In some cultures, eggs were decorated with gold leaf, silver, and gemstones, transforming them into luxurious symbols of hope and renewal. Today, Easter egg decorating is a beloved tradition for people of all ages and backgrounds. Whether using simple dyes or elaborate techniques, families and friends gather each year to create colorful eggs, share stories, and celebrate the enduring spirit of Easter, a tradition that continues to bring joy, creativity, and meaning to the holiday season. The Easter Bunny is a more recent addition to Easter traditions. It's believed to have originated in Germany in the 16th century. German folklore told of a magical hare that delivered colored eggs to well-behaved children. The tradition of the Easter Bunny spread to America with German immigrants in the 18th century. The bunny quickly became a popular figure, especially among children. Today, the Easter Bunny is a beloved symbol of Easter, bringing joy and excitement to children all over the world. While the core message of Easter remains the same, celebrating hope, renewal, and the triumph of life over death, the ways in which people mark this special occasion have changed dramatically over the years. Easter has always been a time of deep significance, but the traditions and customs surrounding it have evolved, reflecting shifts in culture, society, and even technology. In the past, Easter was primarily a religious observance, deeply rooted in Christian faith and tradition. Communities would gather in churches, often dressed in their finest attire, to participate in solemn ceremonies that commemorated the resurrection of Jesus Christ. These gatherings were marked by a sense of reverence and unity, as families and neighbors came together to share in the spiritual meaning of the holiday. People attended church services, fasted and prayed, often preparing for Easter with weeks of reflection and self-discipline during Lent. The rituals were simple yet profound, focusing on spiritual renewal and the values of compassion, forgiveness, and hope. Today, Easter is still a religious holiday for many people, and church services remain an important part of the celebration. However, the way these services are conducted has changed, with some incorporating modern music, multimedia presentations, and even online streaming to reach wider audiences. But it's also become more secularized, with new traditions emerging that are less focused on religious observance and more on community and family fun. In many places, Easter parades, street festivals, and public events bring people together to celebrate in lively and colorful ways. People celebrate with family gatherings, Easter egg hunts, and gift-giving. Children eagerly search for brightly colored eggs hidden in gardens and parks, while families come together to share festive meals, laughter, and stories. These moments create lasting memories and strengthen the bonds between loved ones. Commercialism has also become a part of Easter, with retailers selling everything from chocolate bunnies and marshmallow chicks to Easter-themed clothing and decorations. Stores are filled with pastel colors and festive displays, making it easy for people to get into the holiday spirit, even if they don't observe its religious aspects. Despite these changes, the spirit of Easter endures. Whether celebrated in a church, at a family table, or in a bustling city square, Easter continues to inspire feelings of hope, gratitude, and togetherness. The symbols of the holiday, candles, crosses, flowers, remind us of its deeper meaning. It's a time to reflect on the meaning of faith, hope, and renewal. Many people use this season to pause, contemplate their lives, and set intentions for the months ahead, drawing inspiration from the story of resurrection and new beginnings. It's a time to appreciate the beauty of nature and the joy of new beginnings. As spring unfolds, bringing with it blooming flowers and longer days, Easter reminds us all to cherish the simple pleasures of life and to look forward with optimism and hope. Easter is a holiday rich in history and tradition. From ancient spring festivals to modern-day egg hunts, Easter celebrations reflect the enduring human need for hope and renewal. The story of Easter is a powerful reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope. The resurrection of Jesus symbolizes the triumph of life over death, good over evil, and light over darkness. Whether you celebrate Easter as a religious holiday or simply as a time to enjoy the arrival of spring, its message of hope and renewal is universal. Easter reminds us that no matter what challenges we face in life, there is always the possibility for a new beginning.